Can everyone hear me okay? Is it too loud? Okay, great. Hello everyone, my name is Alec Tuckman. I'm from Providence Financial. We're going to go ahead and get started. I expect a few people to trickle in over time, people who have trouble with parking. I apologize, it's a small parking venue, but there's plenty of street parking, so hopefully you watch the signs. I want to direct your attention to the bottom. We actually have a radio show that I highly recommend. Our firm has. It's on Saturdays at 4 o'clock. We talk about contemporary issues with the economy and the market. And by the way, if you're looking for the beekeeping seminar, that's down the way. Just kidding. So we're going to be talking about required minimum distributions, RMDs. Does everyone know what that is?
Required minimum distribution.
Yes, it's required minimum distribution. It's when you have to take money out of your retirement accounts per the desire of the IRS. So if I could have you mute your phones and or turn them off if you refrain from eating, I'd really appreciate that. It wouldn't be America without a legal disclaimer first. What we're going to talk about today are general concepts. Now, these may or may not apply to you. If you did want to have this information, this material apply to your particular situation, we will be offering the next 2 to 3 weeks, we block out time for this particular group. After that 2 to 3 week period, I will be going back to managing my client portfolios. Within that 2 to 3 week time, we will waive our consultation fee. We have an agreement with the library. Usually if you're off the street, it's about $200 legal less per hour. We're waiving that. So I encourage you to take advantage of this window of opportunity. We are not limited to a conversation about RMD. We can talk about anything from wealth accumulation, tax, any kind of tax sheltering, any kind of retirement, 401k rollovers, wealth management, you name it. But again, it's a free hour, it's your hour. Our goal is not to make you a client. I give you my word, we will not try to push that on you. It's to answer the questions. Again, this is an agreement we have with the library. Any questions up till now? All right, let's go ahead and get started. Does anyone know what the penalty is for not withdrawing your RMDs?
50%.
Very good. It's 50%. And all you have to do for being a member of the 50% club is nothing.
50% of what?
50% of the amount that you owe the IRS. So for example, sir, if you owe the IRS, let's say $5,000 for your RMD, you will be charged $2,500 on top of the RMD that you're supposed to take out initially. Does that make sense?
Oh, cap on the council.
So let's talk about a case study. You'll see a couple of these throughout the presentation. So we have a woman that is a client now. She wasn't a client then, and she made a mistake. Actually, the bank made the mistake. She was 62 years old, was preparing for retirement, and got tired of seeing her portfolio, specifically her 401k, go up and down and up and down. Very frustrated, had trouble sleeping at night. So she took that money, cashed out, and put it in the bank. Now, people were very nice, she didn't have a problem, everything seemed to go smooth. Now, Samantha, which is not her real name, was not a business owner. She was not a business owner, she did not have any kind of special circumstances, and she did not have a financial advisor at the time, and she thought everything was good, hunky-dory. So what happened, let's fast forward to about January, February, and she gets her 1099, and her jaw dropped and hit the floor once she saw that she owed, on top of her normal taxation, she owed another $45,000. Now again, she didn't have a business, and she thought she knew what she was doing. And she couldn't believe what she saw. So she thought it had to be a mistake. She went to the bank, and do you think the person that signed up her on that account, transferring the 401k, do you think he was still there at the bank? Of course not. So the people said, don't worry, we'll go ahead and pull up your account. They went ahead and typed in information in the computer, and they pulled up and found out that she had not done the rollover properly. Or rather, the person who helped her did not do the rollover properly. Now, on that form, there's a box that needed to be checked. So when you do rollover from a 401k to another IRA, you have to check mark a box to indicate it's a qualified account. Guess what she forgot to do? Well, guess what the bank and she forgot to do? She didn't check a box. Not check marking that box cost her essentially $45,000. Let that sink in for a second. 45 grand on someone else's mistake. Now, do you think that the bank said, oh, don't worry, we'll take care of it, we'll pay your taxes for you? No, of course they didn't. So, what you don't know can hurt you, contrary to popular belief. We're going to talk about some of the challenges, the red flags, some of the issues that you need to face as owners of RMD. And the fact is, the whole onslaught of different issues you have, challenges you have to face being RMD owners. And we'll learn very quickly, the devil is in the details, and there are many details. So it's important you have someone, a financial advisor, myself or somebody else, who can walk you through the program, who's done this hundreds of times, who knows what they're doing, and who can help. Before we jump right in, I want to go and tell you a little bit about Providence Financial. We've been around since 1999. We knew back in 1999, as we got started, that the party couldn't last forever. For those of you who weren't aware, in the 1980s and 1990s, it was the best times in stock market history. It was nothing short of phenomenal. If you threw a stone, you probably made some money. That being said, we prepared for the inevitable, which I knew would happen at some point down the line. So we started focusing on what we consider to be called alternative investments, meaning there are alternatives to things like common stock and mutual fund stock. So for those of you who aren't aware, most firms recommend essentially these two products. But quite frankly, there are another 10 to 20 different opportunities out there that you guys could be invested in. Things with more safety, maybe more liquidity, more growth, maybe more income. So if you guys want to learn about that, again, another reason to come talk to us and we can help you out with that. We're located in Woodland Hills, off the 101, the Winnetka exit. That being said, we actually have arranged an office here in Pasadena where we meet with people. So if you guys want to etch in your brains, the office that we work with here in Pasadena is located at 155 Lake, Suite 800. And again, when you're ready, if you did want to meet with us, I'll reiterate that in an email, and we can go ahead and meet one-on-one. It's actually just down the street, so it's very, very close to this location. So before we get started here, I want to talk about some housekeeping items. Everyone should have a packet. If you're a couple, one of you should have a packet. So in that packet, you're going to have a bio, just so you know who's talking to you today, in case you're a little curious. You're going to have a company brochure, which gives you a little background on our firm. 3, you're going to have something called the client information form. And the client information form is basically giving us an opportunity to find out where you are in life, to find out where you're coming from. If you were to go to a doctor, the doctor's not going to recommend surgery until he's done an x-ray first. This is essentially an x-ray for a financial advisor. We want to find out where you are, what your goals are, what you want to attain. Then we have the presentation outline. The presentation outline is essentially the exact same thing you're seeing up on the screen. If, for example, I go too fast or I go too slow, then I want you to be able to leave back and forth in the outline so I'm not too fast or too slow for you. If you have a question, feel free to write down the question and ask me either after the presentation, or again, if you want to do a one-on-one. I hope I'm not the only person that goes in to see a professional and forgets the questions. This will give you an opportunity to write those questions down so you don't forget. Finally, we have the feedback form, and the feedback form is absolutely crucial for several reasons. Number one, for compliance purposes, because we're a fiduciary, meaning as a Department of Labor fiduciary, we have to act in your best interest. One of those things we have to do is to keep a record of who attends. So we need a record of attendance, and that's what this feedback form is. Also, we'd like to find out what works, what doesn't work, what you like, what you didn't like, so we can make the appropriate changes later on. Also, if you wanted to meet with us, you have the opportunity to indicate that at the bottom. We've blocked out the areas which we already have appointments. So if that's an issue, go ahead and talk to me if you understand. I can clarify that for you as well. Any questions up till now? Again, we're waiving the usually $200 fee. Any questions? Beautiful. All right, let's talk about RMDs, my favorite subject. So, what do you need to know about RMDs? So, let's talk about what they are. We'll talk about how to calculate them. We'll talk about how they affect you in your taxes. We'll talk about how to properly allocate for your RMDs. And by that, I mean specifically, how do you need to adjust your portfolio appropriately? Finally, we're going to talk about your beneficiaries and how they need to, what they need to know and why they should really be here today. So let's start with number one. Why do RMDs exist? Does anyone know? When you look at the government, you'll see that they look at things very differently than we look at things. The government, for example, let me take a step back. So let's say you have $20,000 that goes into an IRA. If you're in the 25% tax bracket, what kind of taxation are we looking at? It's about $5,000, very good. So with that $5,000, you see it as money that would normally go into your retirement savings, but the government doesn't see it like that. They see it as a loan. They say, you say, okay, I'm just putting this in my retirement account, but they say, no, not so fast. This isn't a loan. This is money that normally we would tax as taxation if it was not a qualified account. We would take this to be taxed, but what we're doing is giving it back to you for now, and then we'll let it grow tax-free, and you'll be able to have more money later on. Now, when you take a loan, what eventually do you have to do? You have to pay it back. And that's exactly what happens when you have to pay your RMDs. Any questions about that? Okay, great. So the next question I usually get is, when do I have to take my RMDs? Well, the short answer is age 70 and a half. But let's take that notch up and talk about that in more detail. When you calculate your RMDs, you're looking at the balance on your retirement account at December 31st of that year. So for this year, let's say you're turning 71 and a half, you would have till December 31st to withdraw your RMD. Now that being said, your very first year, you're allowed to extend that to April 1st of the prior year. So again, in 2017, you're turning 70 and a half, you have a choice. You can either take it before December 31st, or you can go